Hi students, I'm Una.
And I'm Scott.
I'm a PTE teacher from the UK.
I'm also a PTE teacher from the UK.
And we've been helping students pass their exams for years.
And now we're excited to help you pass your exam too.
Welcome to the Swoosh English PTE podcast.
Let's get started. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Swoosh English PTE podcast with myself, Scott, and Una. Today we're going to go through some top tips for the speaking section task, Read Aloud. So Una, what would be the first task, the first information tip that you would have for this task?
So the first thing is to say how important it is that you are able to recognize as many words as possible within that Read Aloud task. In the pre-reading time, which is 30 to 40 seconds that you have before you actually begin to speak, you're going to start to recognize any difficult words that you think you might have a problem with pronouncing. Okay, and how do you improve this? Ultimately, it's about being able to widen your range of vocabulary so that this situation doesn't arise because you have said these words before and you recognize all the words. So a tip I would recommend is that when you're obviously doing your reading practice, where we're always trying to read for all tasks in the PTE exam and build up our vocabulary, but really, if you don't know a word, it's important to take down the definition, take down synonyms of that word, but also try and have a dictionary where it actually says the pronunciation. You know, where you can press and a little person, usually like a robot voice, says...
robot voice.
Yeah, someone says the pronunciation of the word, you know?
Yep, and often even Google has that, for example.
Yeah,
so
you can just type
obviously
in.
you can go to the main dictionaries, which are Cambridge and Oxford. They will have spoken examples of the word, but even in Google will have it as well. So that's a good way for you not only to understand what the word means, but also just to hear it being spoken.
Yes.
And then you can accurately then start to copy the tone, intonation, and even the word stress
The
as well.
pronunciation, yeah. Let's not copy the tone and intonation of the computer people. You're the ones that you hear.
The computer people.
But yeah, focus on that pronunciation and take note of that as well when you're looking at any new words.
And also, if you're in any way phonemically aware as well, learn how to read it as well. Read how the word is spoken with the phonemic language, learn your phonemic symbols, and then apply them very well. Which then moves us on to our next point, which is learn your phonemes. I suggest you download a copy of the International Phonemic Alphabet and look through all the symbols and try and get understanding about how all these phonemes work. Because a lot of words in the English language are phonemically regular, therefore you can learn how to read them, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So obviously you have your consonant sounds, your vowel sounds, and your diphthongs. I think a lot of people struggle with diphthongs and the consonant blend sounds as well when you have two sounds that are linked together. But learn how to read them, because that will also improve your own ability to read the word and maybe pronounce it more correctly.
Especially when you come across a word that you don't know, because you will be able to break it down, and even though you're not familiar with that word, you know, you can use your overall knowledge to pronounce it.
Yes. So that's obviously better than completely blindly guessing how it's spoken.
Exactly. So another tip that I would say is to simply, you will read more fluently if you understand what you are saying. Okay, so ultimately it's all about widening your range of vocabulary and speaking with meaning. Okay, make sure that you pretend that someone is on the other end and you're having to convey the meaning of that text to them. Do you know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean.
If you are just repeating something out loud for yourself, well, then you're not really going to focus on your intonation, your word stress, your sentence stress. But pretend that you're speaking to someone else and ensure that they will understand what you're saying. What else then?
I guess it would be just to, in your own time, as well as doing something that's less maybe intensive, listen to how native speakers speak. Like watch TED Talks, watch documentaries, watch movies, but try and keep it as academic as you can. And listen to how these things are spoken, and you'll pick up not only like how various native speakers obviously vary in their speed, but also common intonation patterns, common sentence stress patterns, and even you might even pick up some new words that you weren't sure how to say, and then apply that, and then try and copy the way they speak as well. Obviously record yourself, play the original recording, and then play yourself and go, okay, this is what I've done well, and this is what I can improve on. But also keep in mind that various native speakers from different countries will speak a little bit differently. Also, you have to consider British versus American English as well.
It's good to have an idea of both of those, because of course you might hear those within other tasks on the day, whatever you have your listening tasks. But also, just to point out for our last thing, that there is a big difference between reading aloud, out loud, and just simply reading from a page in your head. So make sure that you get lots of practice actually reading aloud and activating, how your voice can really convey meaning.
Precisely, because you may think you're reading it accurately in your head, when it comes to speaking it, you've got a lot of work to do.
Exactly.
So that's important.
Yeah.
I guess that concludes our Top Tips podcast episode today
Yes,
on
does
Read
that.
Aloud. So I hope that you found it very useful and you can apply these tips moving forward with your own PTE exam preparation. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Are you struggling with your PTE exam preparation? Are you unsure how to get that score of 65, 79, or even 90? Let us help you get there. Please go to pte.swooshenglish.com and enter discount code PTE10 in order to receive 10% discount on any course.